Hey, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's presentation on the PIAA Special Olympics Pennsylvania State Championships. We are glad that you could join us today. My name is Jennifer Trest, and I will be the liaison presenting today. Once again, if you would please keep your phones on mute so that everyone can hear the presentation. If you do have a question, feel free to type it in the chat box. I will check the chat box as we go along through the presentation, and at the end, I will open it up for any questions. So if you want to wait till the end, that's fine. If you want to put it in the chat so you don't forget, but hopefully we'll have answered your questions as we go. You'll see that today's agenda starts with the letter of intent, advancement to the PIAA SOPA State Championships, PIAA SOPA State Championships. Then we'll go and do some frequently asked questions, followed by any questions that you may have. But the first thing up is the letter of intent. You will see that this is due right down here at the bottom. You'll see February 18th. Okay, it is in your coach's resource guide, is on page 45. I will start sending them out attached to the All Things Bocce, the Bocce weeklies, starting this coming Monday. You will need to fill this form out completely, have it signed off by your principal, and then put it in the Dropbox. The Dropbox is the blue highlight here. This information again will also be in the Bocce weekly. We will be sending the packet out of information, further information on February 18th. So we'll need to, so if you do not have this form submitted, you will not receive the paperwork. Okay, it has a spot here for both of your teams. If you have two teams, each team can make the decision. You can bring one team, you can want to bring two teams. But again, remember, this form is just saying that if you win your championships, yes, you are interested in moving on to the state championship. Okay, so if you win the league, yes, you are ready to move on. Again, it's due February 18th. Okay, so how to advance? We had talked about this previously in one of our webinars, that we're doing things a little different this year. We have 16 slots to go to the PIAA State Championships. So webinar. We have a ton of more teams than 16. So how things are working is you will have your league championship. So at the end of your season, those teams you played against, you will have a championship against. It's been previously called a regional or a county championship. Okay, so again, now it is a league championship. You'll receive your awards for your placement. If you win gold and you are interested in moving on, you may have to go to a state qualifier. Okay. If you win your state qualifier, then you will be able to move on to the state championships. So we will be taking 15 teams from this procedure, going from your league championship to your state qualifier and then to state championships. But we will have a wild card slot. So if you go to the state qualifier and you do not make it, you are in second place, your team will be placed in a hat. They will be in a hat for a drawing, and from that drawing, they might be able to win that slot. Let me make it easier and show you this slide, which talks about the league grouping. So here are the teams you are playing. So for example, if you are a team from Bradford, Tioga, you will have your league championship. Potter McKean will have a league championship. Then the team from Potter McKean and the team from Bradford, Tioga will play each other for that slot. Okay, so they're the state qualifier group of one. They will play for that one slot. You'll see Pittsburgh has one slot, so their champion will move on. Columbia, Northumberland, and Northeastern Pennsylvania, each of them will have a league championship, and then they will have a state champion who will move on to the state championships. Okay, you'll see how many slots each area receives. When we get to our bigger groups, down here you can see Berks, Chester, Lancaster, York. These are 3 areas. They have over 17 schools. in their league, they will have 2 slots available. The same with Allegheny County and Westmoreland, they will have 2 slots, and the Mid-Penn region will have 2 slots. So when you do play your state qualifiers, the team who is in second place will be placed in the wild card drawing. Okay, so we'll help you out as we go with who is doing what and where. But as of right now, you can find yourself here on your qualifying group, and to see if you are the champion of your league, who you may have to play before able to move on to the state qualifier. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the championships. The first item that will be due will be your housing form. We are being housed in 2 separate hotels. Hopefully we can fit all of the teams in one and any extras in the second. Okay, I'll need to know how you are arriving, if you are coming by cars, van, or bus, because it will depend on where we tell you to park. And then if you do have a bus driver, we will house your bus driver. So make sure you add your bus driver to the housing form, and make sure we know here. If we see you have a bus driver, but there's no bus driver marked here on the housing form, we will be in touch with you to find out who that bus driver is. So again, when you are filling it out, don't worry about the room number. I'll take care of that. Just put the athletes and partners' names here. Their role is either an A or P for athlete or partner, gender, male or female, how old they are, and what year they are in school. And we have the F for freshmen, S for sophomores, J for juniors, and SR for senior. If they do have a dietary restriction, we need to know. So please make sure you are putting it in here. If it's a peanut allergy, gluten-free, vegetarian, vegan, let us know so we can make sure that we have the appropriate meals set aside for your athletes. Coaches, you will do the same thing. You will put yourself in a room. You will fill out you do not have to fill out the age or the year in school, but if you do have dietary restrictions, please let us know. We want to make sure that you eat well also. Okay, some notes about our housing. We house athletes together and partners together. Okay, that is our policy for SOPA. If your school has a requirement, please let us know if it is not athletes with athletes and partners with partners. Okay, males and females must be housed separately. The only exception we have for this, if there is approved one-on-one, then or a paraprofessional, and they need to stay with an athlete in the same room, we need to know that, and we'll also need a written form of consent from a legal guardian. Okay, that they know their athlete is staying with an adult who may not be the same gender. Participants who are 18 years of age and under may stay forward of the room, and participants who are 19 years of age and over may stay 2 to the room. Again, this is our policy. If your school requests their policy, please let us know, and we are fine to abide by your policy. Coaches and nurses may be housed 1 to a room. So if you do have to travel with a nurse, then fine, go ahead and you can bring the nurse with you. We will take care of their housing and their food, but we need to make sure they are listed on the form so we know who they are. You'll also receive a lunch from the PIAA. This is for the Giant Center on Thursday. Okay, the name is here, and then please fill out the number of items you would like. There are sandwiches, and then there are salads, and of course there is dressing right here, dressing packets that you can get for any of the salads, or if you need them for one of your meals. You'll see that our lunches do come with an apple, a chocolate chip cookie, a Lay's original chips, and a bottle of water. So lunch on Thursday will arrive at 10:30. Okay, and remember to include your bus drivers and any approved one-on-ones, paraprofessionals, nurses of that sort. Okay, so we will also have that lunch form that will be due on March 10th. All right, so those will be your two forms that will be due. They will come out on February 18th. Once we receive your letters of intent, those forms will come out for you to start working on. Even if you are not chosen yet, we still are going to provide you with these forms because they are due. There's a drop dead date of the 10th of March. So we need them ready to go by March 10th. So the state championships this year will be Wednesday, March 23rd and Thursday, March 24th. Wednesday evening, March 23rd, you will arrive at a competition venue no later than 5:00 p.m. Okay, we are still confirming this facility. As soon as we have it, we will let you know, but you'll need to arrive by 5 p.m. because we will have lunch, dinner available for you. Dinner will start, I believe, at 4:30. We'll see that on the next slide. Then you will stay in these two hotels. It is the Days Inn by Wyndham at Hershey and the Super 8 by Wyndham in Hershey. You'll stay in one of these hotels that night, and then the next morning we will play at the Giant Center. So this is the Days Inn of Wyndham. If you have a bus, they must park on the main street. But if you bring housings, yes. If you bring cars or a van, they may park in the back of the hotel. Okay, so that's why we need to know whether you have buses, vans, or coming by car. So that's the Days Inn. There we go. Sorry. This is why we need to know if you have buses, vans, or cars. Depends on where you're going to be parking. The very cool thing about the Days Inn is when you get out of the car, the first thing you will smell is chocolate. This is the Super 8 by Wyndham. Okay, the Super 8 by Wyndham is a sister hotel to the Days Inn. And then, of course, we have the Giant Center. Okay, this is the front entrance of the Giant Center. We will be actually entering in a side door. So, but this is what the front of it looks like. All right, so here's the schedule. On Wednesday, you'll arrive at the school designated between 4:30 and 5:00. Dinner will be from 4:30 to 6. Okay. It will be available at 4:30. So if you arrive at 4:30, you will be able to eat. We will be in the cafeteria at this high school. From 5:30 to 6, there will be warm-ups. From 6 to 6:15, we will have our opening ceremonies and a welcome. From 6:20 to 8:35, there will be competition. We are going to play 4 rounds of competition. We will have 6 courts set up in the school's gym. At 8:35 to 8:45, there's a quick coaches meeting. It's in the cafeteria. We'll tell you what time your meals are the next day and what time you need to be places and who is moving on for competition on Thursday. Please remember, we are taking 16 teams. All 16 teams are going to play on Wednesday. We will narrow it down to 8 teams at the end of the night. Okay, so Wednesday night, there will be 8 teams who will be playing on the floor at the Giant Center. At 8:45, you'll be able to return to the hotels. Okay. Thursday morning at 6:30, this is the first seating for breakfast, and this seating is for the teams that are playing at the Giant Center. Okay. At 7:00, we'll move to the second seating, and these are the teams who are not going to be competing. 7:30, the teams that are competing will arrive at the Giant Center on the main court. This will be their time for warm-ups. At 8:00, the non-competing teams will arrive. Everybody will be there in uniform, whether you are competing or not. We will host opening ceremonies at 8:30. At 8:45, we will start team competition. While we are running team competition, at 9:00, there will be awards for the non-competing teams. Okay. On Thursday, the rest of the schedule for the afternoon follows like such. At 10:30 a.m., we will be having lunch available. It will be brought right to the bleachers that we are at. It will come in different groupings. It will have your team's name right on the tray of meals. At 11 o'clock, competition will end. Okay. We will have the floor cleaned up. We will be off the floor and we will all be in the bleachers. Okay. Everyone will be eating during this time. We'll be eating and then we will bring you out to the hallway to line our teams up for the awards. So at approximately at 12:30 p.m., we will be having the awards presentation. It does take place at the halftime of the girls' basketball game. So we hustle onto the floor. We'll take care of the awards and then we will hustle off the floor. Okay, by 1 o'clock, we should be completely done. So all teams are free to go. You may stay and watch the PIAA basketball games, or you may head back to your respective schools. It's a pretty quick, busy morning. Okay, but it is a lot of fun. It's very exciting to play in the Giant Center. There's a large amount of people that are usually there during the games, so it can be very exciting. So Special Olympics is going to provide the following, okay, on competition management and coordination of all event logistics. Today I confirmed hotels, tomorrow I'll confirm the school. We're confirming the Giant Center is already confirmed, so we will handle all of that. We will handle all the equipment, anything that needs to be there. On Wednesday, March 23rd, we will have dinner provided for you, the competition and housing in Hershey, PA. On Thursday, we'll have breakfast at the hotels. It is a hot breakfast. We will have lunch for you. We will have a competition, opening ceremonies, along with our award ceremonies. Here's what your school needs to provide. It's transportation to and during and from Hershey. Okay, so we need you to get there. We need you to have buses to get you back and forth to the hotels, and we need to get you to Hershey. You must have 2 coaches. Okay, we prefer that they are the coaches who are actually coaching the team. Okay, if you have 1 coach, you may bring an assistant with you. We have a requirement in Special Olympics of 4 students to 1 adult. So we would really like to see 2 coaches with your team. And we do highly recommend, if you have males on your team, you have a male coach. And if you have females on your team, you have a female coach. Okay, same genders are very important for bathrooms and such. So we would like to recommend that. Teams must have a minimum of 6 team members and a maximum of 8 team members, just as we do through the regular season. Remember, nobody may be added to the team. We do understand that we still have COVID taking place, and your team might drop down to maybe 2 and 2. As long as you have those 2 athletes and those 2 partners, you will be able to participate at the competition. So it is just like any other competitions. As long as you have your 2 athletes and 2 partners, you do not have to scratch. All athletes must be dressed in proper attire. Again, that means sneakers. They're dress pants, their matching pants, and their school polos. Okay, those are the required wear. So please make sure the athletes do not leave school without them. And of course, they should have their completed 21-22 PIAA SOPA athlete medical taken care of, and it should be on file with the school. All right, some frequently asked questions. If you have 2 bocce teams, we've been asked before if the second team may attend, and absolutely they may attend, but your school is responsible for the meals, the one-on-one or nurse if necessary. So if you're a second team, the school is responsible for paying for those students to attend. You may, if you decide you want to bring them along, you can talk with myself and I can get you housing and meals. Okay, you'll be able to join us at the hotel for breakfast, Wednesday night dinner, and then lunch at the Giant Center. And we will try to house you together in the same hotel. Okay, but you will be, you'll have to reimburse SOPA for it. Okay, so you would complete a separate housing form and a separate meal form. Okay, so we know who you will be paying for. Okay, so yes, we can accommodate the other team, but we will not pay for them. Your school will be responsible to pay for them. Okay, support staff. If a student has a one-on-one or a paraprofessional during the school day, okay, then yes, you can bring them to the championship. Okay, so if it is a requirement for them to have a one-on-one or a paraprofessional during the school day, then yes, you can bring them. You cannot just choose to all of a sudden bring one. Okay, it must be someone who's been there throughout the competition and is required by the school. Okay, and of course, due to medical conditions of many team members, if you are required to bring a nurse with you, then yes, you can bring a nurse with you, and we will take care of that. Spectators and family, they are welcome to attend Wednesday night and Thursday morning's competition. Remember that they are on their own for transportation, housing, and food. I can also tell you that I bowed out all the rooms in the Super 8 as well as the Days Inn, so there are no rooms available in those two hotels. We will provide you with a list of other hotels for families who might be interested in coming down. Okay, so again, we will not feed them, we will not have transportation for them or house them, but yes, they are welcome to come. Wednesday night, Wednesday night, if we do have extra meals left after we feed all the athletes and the partners and the coaches, we will open it up for family members if we have, but that's a big if we have food left over. Okay, and families are never charged to attend a Special Olympics event, so they will be able to go to the Jordan Center for free. Okay, so our spectators and families may come in for free. You just will need to go to a certain door, which we will provide maps, and the door that the family members may come in. And also at that time, you just tell the ushers there that you are here for bocce, and they will let you in. I do recommend you come 15 to 20 minutes early because it does take a little time to get through the entrance process at the Giant Center. All right, so I'd like to open it up if you have any questions. How is it handled if a student requires assistance with the personal care tasks in the hotel? Danielle, if you do have a student who has personal care tasks and they need special assistance outside of the one-on-one or the paraprofessional or the nurse, you will need to contact your SOPA liaison, or you are welcome to contact me and we'll talk it through and figure out what we can do for you. Has there been any discussion with school districts regarding stay in hotels, COVID issues, and liability? Just wondering how the schools are responding. At this time, we are following PIAA. They are going headstrong into their championships. The cheerleading one is just coming up, and then followed by, I believe wrestling is before us. So we have not had any discussions with them. And I think that that's going to be up to your school district when you fill out the paperwork. I wish I had more to tell you, but at this time, we have not had any schools say yay or nay in reference to it. We will follow all COVID issues. We will be wearing masks when we are not not during competition, but we will be wearing masks as we run around the high school, the Giant Center, and the hotels. If we do get any information, any additional information, we will always make sure that you have all of it. All right. I'm really hoping that your schools will be interested in attending the PIAA championship. It is a very exciting time. We've had wonderful times, and I know there's a couple people on the call who can attest to the fun that we have. David, we need to find, we're working with the Bryce Jordan Center to find out if they have, if we need proof of vaccination for families to attend. At this time, I'm going to tell you it's masks required, but we do not have that information as of yet, and hopefully we will have it closer to the event, what any requirement for anyone who needs to get into, I'm sorry, I keep saying Bryce Jordan Center. Remember, I live in State College. So we have not had any information yet from the Giant Center on what their requirements are. And I think that's going to take a little longer to get. So I would think, I'm hoping we have it in mid-February, but it might be the beginning of March. Again, we'll get it to you as quickly as possible. Okay. So as I was saying, the day is exciting. The stadium is huge. It's fun to see your school's name coming up on the large Jumbotron in the center of the Giant Center. So if you do qualify, so we, if you do qualify, it is an exciting time. It is exciting to be there, to play on the floor, to smell the chocolate all day long. Like I said, no money is required for the students to bring with them, unless there is a snacks bar at the Giant Center, which if they want a hot pretzel or something, they can get. The meals are the box lunches are pretty good. They're very large. So we will provide all of that information for you. Like I said, as quickly as we get it, we will make sure that you have it. So I do hope your schools are interested and willing to come out. And Erica, the question you're asking me is no. Okay. Any other questions? You can unmute yourself if you're interested, if you want to, and ask the question, or again, you can type it in. All right. If that's it, then we'll end our presentation for tonight. And good luck in your league competition. And we'll be in touch with you as soon as we can with more information. Thank you all for attending.
Thank you.
Thank you. Erica, the answer is yes. Nancy. Yes. If the parents are okay for both of them, yes.